Welcome everybody, this is BingePLAY, and today we'll be talking about some Rainbow Six Siege news. We're going to be talking about some Battlefield news, because they're not doing that well in the pre-orders, but we will talk about that. And we will talk about Call of Duty and see if, will they fool us again? I don't know. They're not going to fool me again, but we're going to get into it, everybody. I'm your host, NJCheese, King Cheese Cheeses, whatever. Let's get into it. So if you don't know, well, anybody who's in the Rainbow Six Siege world pretty much is loyal fans and know a lot of this already. But the Invitationals, Paris Invitationals is going on right now. Today's Sunday, so it's the last day. And they did release pretty much every time they do a tournament, they release the 2 new characters. They do the trailers, and they show you the gameplay, which hasn't happened yet. Not the gameplay. They're releasing their first character, Defender with the shield. Her name is Clash. You see her down here, right? Bang, right there. She has a full deployable shield like Montaigne. For her to be a defender with a shield, it's going to be real interesting, to be honest, because when you're an attacker and you have a shield, you have cap cans to watch out, frost to watch out for, to pretty much like combat that, and I'm curious on how this is going to happen. I hope she's not OP. I'm sure they tweaked and did everything they needed to do to make sure she wasn't, but it's going to be interesting. Her shield can shock you. In her bio, it actually says that Twitch helped her make her shield. So when she shocks you, it's going to give you a lesion effect where like you can't sprint or you move a little slow for a certain amount of time, 3 to 5 seconds or whatever the case. As far as her weapon, she's going to have either a regular pistol or she's going to have an SMG TMP 2-round burst. So that's a pretty good gun. We're going to see, like I said, but the thing is you can't spam. You can't go from big shield, zapping people to hurrying up and deploying your gun out and just start blasting. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a slower animation. Plus the character, she's just going to be a slower character because she's going to be a 1 speed, 3 armor character. As far as her secondary loadout, it's going to be maybe impacts, or maybe it's probably going to be impacts for sure, but I don't know what the second one would be. People were saying it's a shield, but that wouldn't make really that much sense because she has a shield, and then she would have a deployable shield. So she could just deploy the shield and stand behind it. So now you can't jump over it. Like, I don't know. It just seems a little... So I'm thinking they're going to change that. But as far as... my thoughts, like I said, it's just we have to see. I honestly don't know how it's going to work out. I'm going to stay open-minded about this. I think she looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? The bald head with the bow tie. She seems like a pretty tough female. So, I don't know. We'll see. We're going to see how it goes. But the character I'm more excited about would be my boy Maverick. So pretty much he's going to have I think he's going to have like an M16 and around like an M16 type gun. A regular AR, nothing too crazy. But I believe what they're saying is his gun is high damage but high coil, because they can't just give you a gun that's super strong and that's it. So they're going to give you a gun that hits like a Mack truck, but it's going to be hard as hell to aim with it. Maybe like Buck's gun, because his gun is kind of hard to use. But this character is a 2 speed, 2 armor, so he's going to have a good balance. And his secondary loadout is going to be, I believe, Claymore and Smoke. We all still don't know exactly yet. So, but this is speculation. This is word on the street. If you don't know his specialty, he will have like a blowtorch, and he will be able to burn through reinforced walls, not the support beams from the actual floor, and just being able to burn through that, because that would be completely broken. Um, so he can burn through the reinforcement wall, and it's not just going to be like, okay, he can just do a straight line. Like, it'll actually be like a free draw type mechanic. So you can build, like, you can make a nice circle, like a nice hole to shoot through. You can make a straight line. Maybe if you want to make a fucking, I don't know, a smiley face. Um, but from what I'm hearing, it's going to be extremely slow, and it's going to have overheat. It's going to overheat. So I don't know if it's going to be worth the hassle, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how intense and how much you can draw with it. But I don't know. I think it'll be cool, like I said, for different little like kill holes. You know what I mean? You got reinforcement. You can put a hole. Now you can, that's going to be a game changer in a way. If you're going to be smart with it, it definitely is going to be a game changer. Um, I believe later on today they will release actual gameplay, and I'm hoping that I'm home for it and I can um, react to it and see it and watch it. And I think it's going to be cool. Hopefully, I can see it with you guys. And then, oh, last but not least, Frost. She will be the next character coming out with an Elite Bundle. She will have, of course, the skin, the gun, the custom emote, and at the same time, she will have. They said it's going to be a picture on her Frost Trap. Nobody knows what it looks like yet. They haven't taken any pictures or anything because they're not allowed to. Um, Anybody who's playing with the characters or seeing this stuff. So I'm sure they're going to release some more stuff, and we just have to wait and see. On to the next, Black Ops 4. I played the beta. I didn't like it. That to use the analog stick to control the menu was stupid and hard to maneuver. The time to kill was crazy. I felt like I was emptying like a half a clip into somebody, and that was a big deal. A lot of people complained about it. A lot of people. So I'm thinking they're gonna tweak that and probably cut that down some before the game's release. I really just didn't enjoy playing it. I feel like this franchise paved the way for a lot of other franchises and shooting games, and next thing you know, it just fell in line, and it became the beginning. It became the first person in line to do a lot of stuff, and now I just feel like it's doing this copycat um, thing, like the wall running, like Titanfall. Now it wants to do the battle royale, like Fortnite, which Battlefront is doing too. But I feel like it makes more sense because they always have massive maps, and there's always been a lot going on. Um, and when I played I keep wanting to call it Battlefield because I'm whatever. So when I was playing Black Ops, the maps, the one thing I didn't like about the maps was I feel like it was like Lego pieces. They was taking areas of different maps from different Call of Duty games and literally like, all right, I'm gonna take this left side, I'm gonna put it on this new map. I'm gonna take the right side from Black Ops 3 of this. I'm gonna take this tower from Black Ops 3 and put it here, just put a new skin on it. It's really like Legos. Like I was running around and I was like, wait, why do I feel like I've been here before? Why do I feel like I've played this before? Because it's the same. They just reskin it. Like, come on, you can't fall for this nonsense. Um, like I said, instantly, there's one area where I run to the right of the map, and I'm like, this all looks familiar. It's just a different skin. Like, come on, we can't keep letting Call of Duty fool us. The special operators and stuff, I feel like they kind of took that from Rainbow Six Siege a little. They taken the battle royale from the Fortnite. Yes, granted, that means like a lot of people's doing it. That doesn't mean they have to do it, but of course they do because they copy and then they be like, oh, this is brand new. The game is dying. The sales are getting worse and worse and worse every game that drops. The content is getting worse and worse and worse. No story mode, no extra content in this game, no this in this game. Like they just slowly chopping down. And I'm not buying it. I played, like I said, I played the beta. I didn't really enjoy it. I had one good game, and it was you have to play as a team because the time to kill is so long that trying to go out there and be Rambo is not going to work out for you at all. Um, as far as the specialists, like they have the barbed wire, like Rainbow Six Siege, of course, because they don't put out too much original stuff. They copy it, they reskin it, and then they try to have this crazy promo push and make fool everybody, make them think that it's something new and different. Um, the devices that the specialists use are way too hard to break down. I spent like a clip and a half taking out some barbed wire, which is ridiculous, especially a game that's that fast as Call of Duty. I didn't like that at all. They have the one specialist that they have the dog that takes people out like it's nothing. They have the other specialist that can kill you behind walls. They have the other specialist, which was the one I used. I forgot his name, but he throws up a big shield. You can head glitch all day. On top of that, if you get close to the shield, it makes you move slow. Call of Duty's not getting my money. Not at all. I'm going back to GameStop and getting my pre-order money back. Um, like I said, I don't know. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section and let me know what you enjoyed about it. Because I didn't have any type of fun with it. And it's honestly boring for me to even talk about to me because I just feel like it's sad to see where they was on top of their game and they was pretty much the number one at everything and people was like, yo, they're killing the game. And now it's like, all right, like I said, every release gets worse. Um, but they are killing Battlefield in pre-orders. Battlefield's having a really hard time right now. They're releasing in between Call of Duty and Red Dead. So Call of Duty comes out on the 12th, October 12th, and then Battlefield drops on the 19th, and then Red Dead, which we all know. Come on, Red Dead, Rockstar, they kill it every time they release something. They're dropping on the 26th. So Battlefield is right in the middle. I guess they feel like they're able to compete. Honestly, I think I'm a Battlefield guy. I was a Call of Duty guy big time, and I said I'll never even touch a Battlefield. And I played Battlefield, and I fell in love with it. I think that they're confident, and they really think they can stand up to the competition. The bad part is, honestly, when it comes to Rockstar games, they come out. They don't come out every year. They come out like every 5 years or whatever the case. That's a big deal. Then the game is so massive and they have so much. Anybody knows Call of Duty, Red Dead, Bully, Rockstar just kills it. They have so much to do. They're so creative with it. They have like good action scenes and it's funny and it's just pure fun to play. It's hard. It's always going to be hard to go up against a Rockstar game. Always. So I think like anybody with a brain should know that's an automatic L. If you have to pin up pretty much Red Dead or Grand Theft Auto at their release to any other game, that's an L pretty much every time. The only people was maybe Call of Duty in their prime, and because Grand Theft Auto has not fallen off. I mean, Rockstar has not fallen off at all. Um, they're having a problem with their pre-orders. They have the lowest pre-orders out of the three games. Red Dead is number one. Then it's Call of Duty. Then it's Battlefield. And Battlefield is not even close to touching Call of Duty. Their pre-orders are low, dangerously low. And people don't know. We don't really know if it's because of the female character because one of the things people didn't like was, okay, you're telling us it's females in the game. No problem, but don't say it's a realistic game and then say, well, it's a ton of like female characters, like they're really out there. They was out there to an extent, but it wasn't the way it is shown on the game. So people are like, well, if you want to keep it real, keep it all the way real. People didn't like that. Um, and they didn't like the one. It was a female character in the trailer, one arm like out there like the Terminator. She had like a claw, and she was outrunning the tanks, and she was jumping through windows and doing all type of crazy stuff. And people didn't like that neither. People was like, "What the f is this like robot arm looking thing here? Like, what is she doing there?" And pretty much the chief design officer, his name is Patrick Salderman. I'm probably killing his name, but pretty much he was the chief director and designer. And he said, "Look, if you don't like the game, just don't buy it." It was females in World War II. It's known, it's factual, and don't buy it if you don't like it. People, honestly, it really is just that simple. But as somebody big time, you can't say things like that. If BingePLAY grew up, like blew up, and I said, you know what? Don't watch it if you don't like whatever. It's kind of like, wait, what? You can't say that. Certain people in certain positions can't say certain things, not publicly. So for him to say, hey, if you don't like it, don't buy it. It was plenty of females. I'm right, you wrong. People hated that. People didn't like it. And plus, another thing, the Battlefront 1 was a flop. Then the Battlefield 2 wasn't good at all. It wasn't not good. It was okay. It was okay. But people really, really didn't like it. And I think that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. And the whole looting system and that whole thing was real ugly. And I think that people are just not over that from EA. And maybe I would say my third thing that I think is hurting Battlefield is that I think people are tired of that World War II thing. I think World War One, and actually Battlefield World War One did really well, and people liked it. I don't know if people wanted it again. I think they should have, if anything, went modern and then went back, maybe. But I don't. Yeah, I think people really is kind of over that old school. Like, all right, like we get it, we're over it. We want something modern. We want Battlefield 4, like how Battlefield 4 was. I mean, honestly, it was like it was perfect, damn near. So I think between those three things, it's leaving a bad taste in people's mouths. But me personally, I want to see Battlefield win. I'm going to buy it. I'm buying Red Dead. I'm not personally buying Call of Duty. Like I said, I played the beta and it was hard to play. Not hard to play as far as like killing people. It was hard for me to enjoy playing it. Let me say that. And I really did. I just didn't have any fun with it. I just didn't, and that's just the truth. Um, Battlefield. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. This is what I'm thinking. At this point, we're past the pre-order. It's not doing well in the pre-orders. People are not going to all of a sudden just start pre-ordering the game. So what's going to have to happen is the game's going to have to come out, be amazing, and then word of mouth is going to have to pretty much help push this franchise forward. So that's what's going to have to happen for them. Like I said, they're competing against Red Dead. They should already know that was going to be a problem. That's going to be that people are already saying that is going to be the game of the year, and it hasn't. It's still a month and like a half. It's like a no, actually, it's about a month and like a couple days away. And people are saying, and critics and people that played it early are saying this is the game of the year. And isn't it always like? Isn't Grand Theft Auto always top notch? Aren't they always like a number one competitor? I would never. I don't care how big my game is, how confident I am. I would never be going up against Rockstar. Certain games I just won't go up against. So really the real battle is going to be Call of Duty and Battlefield. I'm interested to see this battle. I'm interested to see not just the sales, because we know Call of Duty is going to kill them in the week 1, week 2 sales. But as far as long term, I think Battlefield is going to have a longer player base. Um, it won't be as strong. I mean, Fortnite is killing the game. They got 100 million active players. 100 million active players. So nobody's touching that. But if Battlefield can have a nice rollout, look, stay in your lane, start promoting, start even sooner than later, start dropping the price down, start having the free to play weekends. You know what I mean? Double XP. If they start doing that the right way, they might not beat Call of Duty as far as the initial battle, but they can win the war in the long term. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I can't wait. I'm really hyped. I'm really just hyped to see who wins. I'm waiting to see in January who's playing more. Is it more Call of Duty players or is it more Battlefield 5 players? Like I'm really excited to see. It's like a not a heavyweight fight, I would say, because Rockstar's a heavyweight. I would say like a middleweight, nice little middleweight battle, whatever. So I can't wait to see that. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the video. I need to know: are you a Call of Duty guy? You a Battlefield guy? Who do you think is going to win the battle? Who do you think is going to win the war? Let's talk about this. And let me know what you think about the new characters for Rainbow Six Siege, the Frost Elite. Are you going to spend your money to get the Frost Elite? I'm not. I play Siege, but I'm not a fanatic anymore like I used to be. Alright, so let's get out of here. Everybody like, comment, subscribe, interact. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. Hit us up on all social media platforms and drop a sub and hit the notification bell so you can see when we drop a new hot fire. And that's it, everybody. Peace out.